So I'm just gonna make this quick. They're very corrupt. These two are they have no moral boundaries. They have no moral compass. They literally spent years trying to defaming me and going after me with like bizarro magic tricks or something. I don't know what it. I honestly, I know that they created fake accounts and told things to people. I know that they surveilled me on all of my social media. I know that they sent messages that were lies about me across all sorts of social media. I know that they've done enough to get personal jurisdiction in California. I know that they lied in their court briefings repeatedly. I know that the judge also, and so I don't. This is where it gets stranger. Where it gets stranger is that when I am submitting motions, to the court at Beverly Hills Courthouse, somehow I go to the window and I give a motion for a challenge to the judge, and it doesn't get to the judge. And then the judge the judge on November 11th, I submitted a declaration stating that I thought he was biased, the judge. And in California, that's supposed to trigger a recusal for at least one time. You're supposed to get at least one preemptory challenge. And that's supposed to be triggered essentially when the judge knows that you think he's biased. But this judge was also corrupt. So, frankly, it's obvious, like, you hope that when you go into a lawsuit that you're gonna take corruption and put it before a non-corrupt entity, right? So that it can be dealt with objectively and fairly. But that's not the case. I just want to say Gregory Holmes is one of the most vile human beings I've ever considered. Ever. It is a sociopathy where it's such fakery. Everything this person does and says is completely fake. He's a fake person. He's not nice. He's not fair. He's not smart. He's cruel. He's incessant. And he's, a brat. He's just a brat. He basically is a big liar. You cannot trust a word that he says. And frankly, that's just the truth. Even if you don't like me, you can trust what I'm saying is true, that I'm not lying. But these other people, like, they've shown that they're willing to go the distance in terms of corruption. I mean, now you see that Omni Heiress channels are gone. They're just gone, completely gone, as they should be. Why? Obviously, there's a reason why his channels are gone. Okay, and Greg is strongly and firmly associated with those channels, no matter what he wants to say. Their bullshit in court is such fuckery that, frankly, unless you have experience in law, like they basically, what they did is they say a series of truths, and then they think that the conclusion of those truths is this, but it's not. Like, I don't have a bank account in California. Oh, okay. No, nobody asked you if you did. I've never had any. You did target somebody in California. You coordinated with other people that were in California. Drew Fortune, Robin Eaglesong, or Delilah, or whatever her name is. I'm sure you messaged people. You know that Michael Thompson called Dr. Barry Unger. Brett Ellis has been sent emails by Soledad that you know about. You're working with Soledad. So, like, there's honestly no lack of evidence. None. There's no lack of evidence. It's such a wide sprawling, and Gregory Holmes goes around town, I assume thinking that he's like a law-abiding, normal person. No, he's not. He's not. He's not a law-abiding normal person. He's a nutcase. He's cruel. He has no mercy, and he doesn't care about other people at all. Not me. I mean, and he I said Michael was a bully. February 28th. I said, Michael, you're a bully. Obviously, I hadn't even thought about how, this whole group of people are obviously a little fucked up in the head. I hadn't given much thought to how corrupt and how much Greg supports Michael's. Greg actually manipulates Michael. Greg actually uses Michael as a little shield because Greg is so jealous. He's so jealous. It makes so much sense just knowing, he was sending these pictures on Twitter at one point. I'm showing me these things that he had, and I didn't care. I mean, I was like, that's cool. That's cool that you have that, but I don't. What is this? What is this pattern? What do we do? What are you trying to say? And the thing is, he needs to be exposed. He needs to be exposed. He's a complete loser. He's a liar. I don't know where he gets his money from. I don't frankly care. I want to know why he is such a liar and why he puts Michael Thompson up to this nonsense. What is Greg getting out of any of this? What does Greg get out of me being maligned? And then, Greg said, we didn't say, there's a picture of Greg saying online, we didn't do anything until you came after us on February. No, first of all, I never came after us. As in you all, I said Michael Thompson. That didn't include you, Greg. That didn't include Gregory Holmes. Because I at the time was not thinking about that. I was thinking there was a person who was saying I'm the heiress, and I figured that's Michael Thompson was bullying him, and I could tell. And then I said something about that person. I never said us. There's no us, Greg, but apparently there is an us. Which what? What does that mean? It means that Gregory Holmes is part of the whole Omni Heiress. He is Omni Heiress. He likely is manipulating Michael into doing these things. He is 100% a party to all of the behavior, 100%, because he pays for all of it. Theoretically, I mean, God, where's this money coming from anyways? Who else is invested in what that whole channel did? And what was that channel? Why was it taken down? What is going on with the court case? Why is it that the judge saw fit to rule after I sued him? The judge. Yes, the judge. For what? Conspiracy to deprive me of my Fifth Amendment rights for due process. That includes the clerks and the courthouse. So why does a judge know he's getting sued and then make a ruling on a case when in California, when a judge knows if he is biased or appears biased to the plaintiff or defendant, each side gets one, is what I've read. How does he see fit to make a ruling? I'm not even opening this. It's complete nonsense. I think the same can be said about the justice system and Greg, is that on the outside, it looks somewhat respectable, right? Not really, not if you see it, but it's not. It's not. It's complete sham. It's a complete sham. These are complete shams. And it's not even worth anger, really. I mean, that's the thing I'm learning, is that this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it is, and that's okay. It's just so long as I don't invest too much of myself, emotionally. It's just not worth that. It's not worth that. It's worth the minimum, which is what the minimum in order to sort of say your piece, and then peace. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep, that kind of stuff. there's no reason to get mad. I mean, there's like nothing I can do about the courthouse, not, suppressing my motions, which they did. Judge Whitaker, Department 207 at the Beverly Hills Courthouse suppressed motions that I tried to file for preemptory challenge on multiple occasions, multiple documents, multiple suppressions, every time depriving me of my Fifth Amendment right for due process. Judge Whitaker didn't even look at the evidence or at the complaint or at the case at all. He just, saw fit to rule. I mean, it was a complete sham. And it's not over. It's not over. It'll be over insofar as, look, I'm not God. I don't rule. I don't control the justice system. I don't control the judge. I don't control the courthouse. And I can only do what I can do. I can be fair and I can be honest, but I can't control what anyone does. And, I'm not going to take offense. I'm not going to be offended by, corruption, wherever it may be. It is what it is. It's like, I believe in God. I know that God got my back because I got his back. And, I know that everything will make its way to where it's going at some point. I'm very blessed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. So I'm not going to that was probably my problem is that, their campaign, generally speaking, causes so much stress, which they intend to do. I mean, this is a major targeting in California. Major. And I remember when Gregory Holmes was like, he's at some posh rehab in Beverly Hills, or something like he's, because they were fucking surveilling me and then saying, oh, look, he's there. And then saying, oh, he's there. And then they were telling people where I was. And this is it's so beyond that I just want all of you to know, stay away from these people. Stay away from them. Don't even talk to them. That's the best advice I could give you is don't speak to either of those people in the title because they're dangerous, liars, sociopaths. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about doing the right thing. They lied in court briefings. They lie. I'm sure they lie to every single person. And it's a big fit. I want to tell you, Gregory Holmes is a big sham. Anytime you've seen him pretend to be generous or something, it's front. It's fake. He's a big fake. He's a big fraud. Okay, he can read. Good for him. He's a big fraud. He's a big fraud, and he doesn't know anything about me. He doesn't know anything about me. All he knows is that he doesn't really know anything because he's a big fraud. He's a big fraud, and he deserves to be in prison. He deserves to be in prison, and Michael Thompson deserves to go to prison too for what they've done. And it wasn't just me. It's like every single person that they targeted, they deserves justice, and God willing, it will get there. It's just a matter of time, actually. I mean, whatever. We only live so long, anyways. I'm not gonna waste my entire life, trying to expose somebody who's already exposed and obvious. But I do want to warn anybody that thinks that either of these two individuals are truth tellers or somehow doing anything good no, they're not. They're liars, and they will lie at all costs. They've proven that in court. They've proven that, and I would stay away from both of them if I were you. And that's Reamsey and that's Omni Eris. Just stay away from these people. You can't trust anything they're saying. The friendship that they give you is fake. They're not your friend. They don't care. They will turn their back on you the second you go. Carrie, that goes for Carrie too. I mean, These people, they just sit and they just like bash other people, and they make friendships off of bashing people, and you gotta question, is this really like are they being my friend, or are they just using me to further their own cause, which is what I don't really fucking know. I don't know why they do this. I don't know why they started doing it. I don't know what they get out of it. But I do know that they're liars, and you should stay away from them. Don't trust anything they say. Not anything. And I know that it can be tricky, especially with Greg, because he kind of puts on this front like he's somehow respectable and not as bad as Michael. He's a liar. Massive. And it will shock you to your core to understand what a liar this person is. It will shock you to your core, because you'll see what people are capable of. You'll see how deeply capable they are of lying about everything that is true and manipulating circumstances. And then you will say, oh, I have to be wary. I have to be wary of people. I can no longer trust what I thought I could. And that's healthy. That's healthy. It's a healthy thing to go through. It's something that we all need to probably go through. And then then you can get back to your own peace. And then you go back to what am I doing for me? You know, what's good for me? You know, self-love, self-compassion. You can have compassion for these people, but do not trust them. Do not trust them. And compassion might be just, you know, you're gonna have to take that as it resonates. And frankly, anybody who I frankly don't think I would trust anybody that hangs out with them. Period. I think that is a ship that has sailed, and I think that it extends far beyond them too. And there will be many more videos that I will be exposing everybody as I see fit, because I tell the truth, and I literally am not afraid. I'll tell the truth every day. But that's all I got for you right now. Trust your intuition. If you think, you know, trust your intuition about whatever it may be. Like, just trust what is, and don't trust what you want to be, but trust what is.